Alright then guys, welcome to the video, welcome back to the channel, and as you can probably see in front of me, I've got a brand new to me, exhaust for the S2000. I've actually decided to go for the HKS high power, so check out the tips on this. The fact that I've got two of these as well is pretty cool. So this is gonna sound amazing, I'm hoping, and also it's gonna look way better. But yeah, I love the HKS branding on the side here. And it's basically, the idea is, if you're actually looking at this in real time, we're gonna try and fit this tonight, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen because I have a feeling that I've got some crusty bolts on the underside of the S2000. The other benefit to the video today is it's actually going to be the first time I get to see the S2000 on a lift, and I get to see what the condition is like underneath. Although I've had a look under the car with it jacked up, getting it on a lift is obviously going to be way better. So yeah, I just thought I'd quickly show you what I've got before heading to try and fit it. Crusty bolts mean I don't think this install is going to be quite as simple as I was hoping it's going to be. But the great thing about this, shout out to John the seller, he's cleaned up the exhaust for me and has given me the gaskets and everything. From my knowledge, this exhaust had only done like 2,000 miles. It's pretty close to being brand new, so very happy with it. And at this point in time, I don't know what's going to happen. So join for the ride and we'll see how long this actually takes. Alright then guys, so actually things have escalated a bit, and as you can see, car's up on the lift here. It's actually been about 2 weeks since our last clip, so I did bring it over and try and get it fitted, but the bolts were way too rusty. So what I'll do is I'll give you a walk around underneath the car so you can see the condition that it's in, and then also I'll show you what else I bought for the exhaust. Okay, so this is the first look under the car, to be fair, and it seems to be in really good shape. There's only a couple little areas to keep an eye on. We've got this little bit of rust that's starting to go here. This really isn't that bad, and compared to the Civic, this definitely isn't something that I'm as worried about as I am with things on that car. The other rusty bit was on the arch here. You can see this bit here as well, which I already knew about. Everything else that's kind of a bit crusty really is sort of all bits that you'd expect, like suspension bushes and things like that. Those are all not looking their best, but it's not too bad. It does look like it's had a new drop link on this side, so that must have been for an MOT. And there's been a new caliper on this side as well. You can see how fresh that looks compared to everything else. What's really great is there are no real leaks on the gearbox. There's no real leaks on the engine either. All seems pretty clean, so that is a great bonus. Front isn't too bad either. So overall, it is in pretty good shape. Nothing major that needs sorting right now. And yeah, rust-wise, it's in pretty good shape as well. With my plans for this thing, obviously, ideally, I don't really want to drive this thing in the wet, but this is definitely something I'm going to be looking into in the future. The rear diff looks in good shape as well. Again, no leaks. All the bits you'd expect to be a bit crusty through age are, with like the suspension arms and stuff, which, to be honest, I'm probably going to end up replacing all of this with something anyway, like I did with the Civic. So again, this isn't really stuff that bothers me too much. Okay, so now let's talk about what's actually escalated. Turns out, which I'm not surprised at, is that this catalytic converter is worth quite a lot of money. It's similar to the Civic actually, so I've seen quite a few posts on Facebook about people's cats getting stolen, and I've also been told by a couple of owners to like get it sorted quick. So what I've actually ended up doing is I've bought a Tegiwa sports cat to go in place of this cat, to be honest. I'm gonna hang on to the cat just in case, because you never know. Definitely better to have it off the car, because I ideally don't want people just to come along and cut here and here, and then that's like way more work and way more expense to get that sorted. So now this thing's up on the lift, it's time to get this system off, and I can't wait to hear this thing with this exhaust. Because the cat's coming off at the same time as the rest of the exhaust, we're going to just unbolt from here, and I think that is the only two bolts that hold this whole thing in. Everything else is on hangers, because the bolts here are so crusty, which is why it didn't get installed like last week. We're going to end up cutting these off, and then we'll just drill these out at a later time, so I can just have the cat as a separate piece. So here is the exhaust. This is actually the first time I've seen it fully unwrapped, and then also the first time I've ever actually laid out an exhaust like this. As you can see, you've got the Tegiwa sports cat down here. I also decided to get new hardware. Conveniently, actually, the cat comes with new hardware to bolt it to the cat back, but it doesn't come with hardware to bolt to the manifold. So what I've done is I've ordered some genuine Honda parts replacing those bolts as well. So hopefully this is a really easy install, because all the bolts should just bolt straight on. Let's get the old system off and let's get this one on. So this brace is going to come off. To be able to drop it easier, just take these two bolts off. Oh, we also need to take the O2 sensor out as well. Well, these have already been cracked, so we know these are going to come off, but let's get these off and get that brace off. And there we we go. There is the standard one out. There is absolutely no way we would have got that off whilst trying to do it on jack stand. So very glad to be down here with the lift. Relatively speaking, that wasn't too bad. But the only reason it wasn't too bad is because there was the lift. So now it's time to start putting the new stuff on. And just like that, the sports cat is in, and now we're moving on to the actual catback exhaust system. So the convenient thing about it being in bits is that it's easier to put in because you don't have to hold everything in one place. Okay, so exhaust is installed currently at the moment. We're getting some weird thing where the left-hand back box doesn't seem to sit quite as perfectly as the right-hand. So we're gonna start up now. One, that's gonna be great because I get to hear it for the first time. But two, just gonna see if just having it running and it getting a bit warm will mean it's gonna go into where its actual natural resting place is gonna be. It's not currently touching the actual car, but it's way closer than it is on the other side. Let's see what happens. Plus, I really wanna hear this thing. I'm very excited. Nice. That's not as offensive, I guess, is the word. It's not as offensive as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so we've just let the car warm up, and whilst I was doing, just put the brakes back on underneath and everything, just check for leaks. Seems to be all good. So next up is we're going to rev the car, which, yeah, here we go, I guess. Let's see what this thing sounds like. That sounds so good. I'm now going to rev it so we can see if we can do some adjustments. But yeah, I just wanted to, that was my first reaction. We have everything installed, nut and bolt checked and everything. And yeah, I thought I'd just give you a final look at what this thing looks like underneath here. So yeah, there we've got the Tegiwa sports cat. The actual cat itself is Magnaflow, just in case you needed to know that. Then we go into the HKS catback. All fits nicely up to this point. We're still having a bit of an issue with the angle on this. What I'm actually going to do with this side of it is we're just going to see what happens through driving it, whether it's going to melt this part of the bumper. I may end up cutting this bit out anyway, so it won't be an issue, but apart from that, everything else went together pretty well. So I just wiped down the back boxes so there's no fingerprints on them anymore. Test drive time to get it out on the road. Just want to say a massive shout out to Joel at Ignite Automotive. I'll leave links down below if you want to get your car booked in here. There's a Lamborghini literally right there, so that's the kind of level we're at this place. So what we'll do now is jump into the car and get a drive with this thing, test out this exhaust, see how it sounds, which I'm very excited for. Let's get this thing out of here and on the road. Okay then guys, so as you can see, we're obviously out in the S2000. Finally gonna be able to hear this thing a bit because, hey, yeah, this already sounds way better. Oh my God. Yeah, it's very interesting to have an exhaust on this car now because I guess the only real thing I've got to relate it to is the Civic, and that is way louder than this. This definitely has like a refined feel to it. It's just deeper. There's no real rasp in it. Hardly any drone. I mean, we're doing 40 miles an hour in fifth right now. Can't really tell it's even got an exhaust. It's quite nice actually because the Civic is so obnoxious and at low speeds, and especially when that exhaust is cold on the Civic, it's got this raspiness that I'm really not a fan of, whereas this just, it's got this sort of, I guess, more adult, less ASBO sort of feel. I'll try and open this thing up a bit so you guys can hear it a bit better. Okay, here we go. Oh baby. What more do I need to say? This thing sounds so good. I'm so glad it's not as quiet. Interestingly now, you can hear the crossover on VTEC more, which is exciting because I still haven't touched the airbox, so I'm looking forward to when I change the induction, you'll get that crossover more aggressive. Definitely opens the car up, feels really nice. So interestingly, I've done about 45 miles-ish or so, and with this Tegiwa Sports Cat, I haven't had the engine light come on and I haven't got a spacer in either. That's a really promising sign at this point in time, so this whole thing is basically completely done. Woo! Oh, it's so good. I've been driving the Civic quite a lot recently as well, so I'm getting back used to the long gears in this again. Sounds great. The gears pull really nice and long. I mean, it's such a great, fun little car, this thing. I can't believe it. Finally doing JDM mods. The sun's out. It's a hot day. The roof's down. This is what it's about. Oh, I'm so happy with this car. Literally just changing the exhaust has made me fall in love with this car all over again. The One thing I haven't done, and I don't really have any close to me, is get this thing in a tunnel or anything yet. Oh, it sounds so good. So I think it's only right that we get some exhaust clips of this thing, so let's cut to those right now. So guys, overall this thing sounds amazing. I'm very happy with it actually. It seems to strike a good balance between being nice and quiet, sort of low RPM so you can drive it around and not offend anyone, but then once you get up top it certainly screams and sounds really good. This is like the first time I've taken it out properly and given it a good drive. And just because we can, let's cut to some shots of this thing revving just from a standstill, just see what it sounds like. Like I've already said, I'm super happy with this thing, and I've finally ticked off the first proper JDM mod for the S2000. I'm very much looking forward to the future bits now. Like I've already said, I'm going to leave Joel's information in the description down below if you want to get your car booked in there. I mean, yeah, he's building like 1200, 1500 horsepower GTR engines and gearboxes and stuff, so he's pretty high level. But it's cool because he's got 100 in the heart, as he's got a K-swapped Clio that's like 800 and something kilos or something. I could have done this install myself and battled with it whilst on the ground, on the floor, but I just decided with the rusty bolts and everything, it was just going to be easier to get it up on a lift. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Hopefully you like the sound of the new exhaust. I'm really happy with it. It seems to just strike a right balance for this car. So don't forget to subscribe down below. Go check out the channel if you want to see more videos on this or on my Civic Type R EP3. Plenty more content for this. This is literally the beginning of this thing. I've got a few parts waiting in the wings for this thing, so do stick around if you're interested in S2000 content. So don't forget to subscribe, like this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.